You need the most help when you're winning. What kind of mentorship are we talking about? Like, those are the worst. If you can only go to your friends when you're winning, they're not friends or fake friends. But ask for help. Like, everybody, ask for help. Ask for help. It's hard for a giver to ask for help. Okay.
Feeling a little under the weather, so that's where the tears are coming from.
Lies. He starts off with a lie. That's authentic storytelling right there.
Authentic
Storytelling.
That's a joke.
Okay.
Wow. So much has changed since the last mastermind. Like, so much.
That was
4 months ago.
3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Okay.
Who would have thought so much changed? Oh, let's start with it. Like, you know what's one thing that has been repeated in my head? You called me.
I called you?
You called this. You know what? I don't think you understand how blessed I am to have someone like Evan call me. Like, I never reached out to you.
It's ridiculous. It pisses me off. Like, this guy has so much talent. Anyway, keep going. Well, I don't want to interrupt.
It's always Evan calling me. And I remember exactly where it happened, what happened. I was driving to the coffee shop.
Okay.
And you called me. And I stayed in my car for like the 30 to 40 minute conversation we had. Okay. And you said Ricosta Productions had to die for Justin Pasquette to be essentially born again.
Okay. That's some powerful language there. Oh
my God. Yeah. And if we're going to be honest with each other and be real, it's one of those where it's just like, we don't need to be cookie cutter. And you know what I love about Evan? He's not cookie cutter. You know when to push, you know when to pull, but you've kind of, you can now tell that I'm not a type of person that needs to be like coddled. Like, if I want to grow.
No, you're great.
Yeah, Dr. Shauna, actually, the last conversation I had with her, she hit me with a great analogy, like the Michelangelo sculpture.
David was already in there. He just revealed it.
Yeah, but it's the action of chiseling away the granite or the rock or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we have to understand that is uncomfortable. So when you hit me with those words, it's like I'm slowly becoming that person, but the chiseling doesn't get easier. Like, every piece of rock that I need to let go, it doesn't get simple.
Only if you zoom in.
Yeah, for sure.
If you zoom out, it's easier.
Yeah, and I've been trying to, when I'm in situations where it's like, oh my God, this is so hard to do. I zoom out, try to look at the bigger picture and be like, this needs to happen.
But it's interesting because the more you zoom out, the easier everything actually becomes. You still have to zoom in and do the thing.
Yeah.
But at least you gain perspective over where you're going and what you're trying to create.
Yeah. There's a handful of things that you say that continues to like stay in my mind, and it's like I'm trying my best to not like live up to those expectations. One of them is just doing more, but it's being smart with what you do. So I mean, letting go of the team was.
So what happened? What's up? You let go of your whole team?
Whole team.
So it's just you.
It's just me.
So there is no Ricosta Productions.
I mean, it's just like it's a thing. Like,
right,
it's so
it exists.
incorporated.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah. Wow. So what happened? What led to it?
I realized what I wanted, and I realized what's more important.
Okay.
And I realized that like Ricosta Productions was this. It was just this thing that was existing that was like not shackles. You said it perfectly. It was a thing that distracted me. Mm-hmm. Like, did I want to create a video production? Like, has that always been the goal? Or has it just been something that's just like, oh, like when you get good at a thing, like a hobby or a side thing, you kind of just fall into it. It's like, oh, this is the next like natural parallel. Like, you just go into business. Mm-hmm. So I started the video production company, and then you and I were talking numbers. It's like, when we look at what we want to do, making money wise, there is a ceiling that I'm going to hit with Ricosta Productions. But there's a point where I was looking at the money coming in, the clients we were servicing, and it just didn't make sense financially. I mean, finances wise, I'm also not like the best at business. So for the first time ever, I looked at my numbers. I was like, if I continue down this route of having these guys on payroll, not having the right structures in place, not having the right, like anything automated, that was probably my biggest like wake up moment. It's like, Nothing's automated. I have no structures. I have no lead magnets. My offer sucks. It doesn't suck. It's okay. It held me for as long as it has. So I looked at everything.
Yeah, but this part doesn't matter. I mean, it's fine, but it's all the logical stuff. So
then I looked at the future. I was like, this doesn't make sense to continue. And I'm dragging these guys along for what? And like, I know what I've talked to.
So you talked to them, and
I talked to them. I said,
did it go okay? Did it terrible? Went great?
It went I'm so blessed to have the guys that I had because they were so understanding.
That's good.
But it's the weight of having 3 full-time guys under your belt, like you being responsible for them, and then just having them that's why I felt like I'll say it lightly, I felt like a failure.
Yeah,
for like the past 2 months, it was just, damn, like I'm not. It's those feelings of I'm not good. I know.
Yeah, but okay. Well, I thought you were gonna cry and get all of that. We're talking about something serious here. First off, to your credit, the fact that it was handled so well and they don't hate you and it ended like that speaks to you as a person and as a leader and as a friend and a boss. Like, that is obviously hard for somebody to be let go and like not have a job, and they were part of building this with you, and now like it's gone, and they had these aspirations and tying their vision to yours, and you were so like, you're charismatic and caring and people want to be around that, and now they don't have that, right? And so for it to be handled on their part so well just speaks to you as a leader, and it's it's awesome. It usually doesn't end that well. Everything else, it's normal, and like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like you feel bad. Okay. You went backwards in life. Okay. Yes. You had 3 people. Now you have nothing. You're building over. Like, that's a minor bump. If you zoom out that's a minor bump of nothingness that just happened there. And like, the faster you get out of that into where you're going, even how we started this before we started rolling about Alex, like Alex had all this time to spend with you. You only filmed for like a third of the time, less. Like, I'm thinking, where does my brain go? I said, Alex, in 10 years, you're going to come back and say, I had 3 hours with Justin Pasqua and I wasted it and only spent 45 minutes filming, right? It's like it's holding you to a level where you are incredible and have such abilities. And so like zooming out to remember where you're going, whether we prophesized Ricosto had to die to then, build up, cool. Whether you needed to burn it down to the ground or slowly, but like once the hard part is when you realize something is not working and your heart's not into it, it's really hard to just keep going at it. And it's like, I hate it. It's the worst. I had that with my website. I had my website. You know the story of my website?
No, we've talked about it for forever.
My website?
Yeah.
What's the story of my website?
How you had all of these pages, all this content, and then you transitioned to YouTube, but you were battling. It was like, I built this thing for years. It's like, how do I just move it to YouTube?
It's pretty close. I like that. Yeah. I'm happy. What?
That was a good test.
Yeah. No. Because people say things like Alex would say that, and then like, oh, I actually don't remember. Because I felt like you were like nodding along with something.
No, because
but you actually, it's good. No, I love that. But that's a great example of like I don't know how many people, 5 people, 7 people at the time on my team.
Didn't you? No, you told. Yeah, sorry. Continue the story, because
I shut down the website basically overnight.
Yeah.
We had, I don't know how many thousands of authors. We had hundreds of thousands of pages of content, and it felt like just a factory farm of content, right? And I didn't want to run the machine. And as soon as you are in it. And I didn't realize that it was like, I just felt not as energized. I didn't realize why, that's where you're like, oh, it's that time of year. You blame the season. No, it's winter, whatever, right? Like you blame other things and you realize, no, it's actually like my business model is not what I want it to be. And once I made the realization, like I can't do this for another 3 months, let alone 3 years. And so I cared about my team. That was the biggest thing, is like, how do I navigate with my team? Now, I found ways to bring them into what I was doing.
Yeah.
You didn't have a path necessarily for them, so cool. But It's like sticking in something that you know is not it, hoping that it turns around. Like it's not going to turn around. And so probably if your heart's not in it, like go and do something else. People say like don't quit on things, which a lot of times is true as long as your heart's still in it. But also people stay in things, in businesses, in relationships, in things way too long that their heart was not in it years ago. And you'll never, Nick Peterson says, you never win a race you don't want to be in. So like you're never going to win if your heart's not in it. And so I just one day decided I'm done. I was all about SEO and optimization and 100,000 pages of content. And I took down the entire website and put up a picture. And it just said, I'm shutting down, I forget what the wording was, but it's like a JPEG, like the worst SEO optimized anything. And I'm moving to YouTube. I don't even know if I had that clear plan. I don't remember. I just remember posting a picture. We let all the people who wrote for our website know, and that was disappointing to them. I told all my team, and I think everybody moved over to the new business. I'm all for it. It's like you rip the Band-Aid off quickly instead of like slowly. So it's just now pouring, the more time you spend pouring into the new vision and the less time into, oh, I wish I had whatever. Like, what are we building? I thought you had I honestly thought you had a much bigger, not to
diminish it, but
yeah, not to diminish your feelings, but a kind of, because like you did so well with the team, right? It's like, this is not, it makes sense, but this isn't who you are. And like Justin Pascoe doesn't stay in this for very long because you're way better and you're going to build something much bigger and more aligned than what you did. And that was the best. Like you built what you had with the best of what you had at the time. Like you made mistakes, yada, yada, yada. We all make mistakes, but you did the best you could with what you had at the time. Now you have more knowledge, you have more capabilities, more experience. You're smarter, you've learned more, like you know more. And so you'll do the next thing even better and just put the energy, as long as your team is taking, like I thought when you're all emotional, like they don't want to talk to you anymore. There's something major that happened. It all worked out like pretty cool. And hopefully they're in decent jobs doing something now or trying to figure out their path or, you know, maybe it might be sad because now they're not doing video and they're working at KFC or something or, you know.
It just sucks to be, you know what it really is? It sucks doing things alone.
Yeah, but so yes, it does. Keep going.
And I like, even when I started this thing with the team, you're right. Like we built Rico's production together and now it's like, it's not the best part about the whole thing is like I'm not aimless. Like I know where I want to go, but it's like I just got kicked back to the start.
But you didn't. You didn't get kicked back to the start. This is the zooming out. You're not zooming out. It feels maybe like you got kicked back, but you're not. It's like you're on this path, right? There's like the arrow. Your down is way further ahead than your start.
Yeah.
When did you start Ricoso? 5 years ago or whatever?
Just about.
So your start now compared to your start then is miles different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You're like the challenge, why I'm like not entertaining your feelings as much is because you're just feeling sorry for yourself.
Absolutely.
And it's just an ego check of, I had 3 people, now I have nobody, and I feel like I'm less than because I have nobody. Like, that's not a good enough reason. If you screwed somebody over, or they felt screwed over, and like you don't know how to make it up to them, and now your best friend like hates you, that's real. Like that is worth trying to figure out. You know, like it doesn't mean that you necessarily change what you need to do because you need to move on for you, and sometimes there is this that happens. Like you have to let somebody go and they're a friend, and that happens a lot in business, unfortunately. Yeah. But that's not the problem. Like, what are you so sad about that you don't do it alone? Like everybody does it alone at the beginning, and you're way further ahead than you were before. Like you didn't have a single client before. What are you talking about when you started Ricoso?
That's true.
You sucked. You didn't have any of this gear. You had no connections. You'd never made a video before. Yeah. You were like a police officer wannabe. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
It's a police officer wannabe.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, that's definitely, perspective is crazy.
And then, like, how you almost started this conversation, Evan calls me, I never call him. You're choosing to do this alone, bro.
Can I tell you a quick story? You are so right. I was
Is that
telling
the story?
yeah. When I let go of my team, I was trying to figure out who I could call because it's one of those which is like,
I'm freaking gonna hang up right now. I'm done. I let go of my team. I was struggling to figure out who I should call.
No, and here's the thing: the reason why
Which is my camera? This one, bro.
I'll tell you why. It's weird. I just want to share my wins with you.
That's on you.
That's for sure on me. Like, I feel like there's like different tiers of like mentorship and like people that you.
What
like,
kind of mentorship is there around your wins?
That's a great question. That is.
Hey, I won. Awesome.
What's next? It's like keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
What you need the most help when you're winning? What kind of mentorship are we talking about? Like those are the worst. If you can only go to your friends when you're winning, they're not friends or fake friends.
Clip that. I really got to get my either ego or my pride in check. But you're right. I was in my office and I was just on a low. I was like, man, like after I let them go, it's been a couple days. I'm trying to like get everything organized, but I'm just sitting there like just lost. Just for a moment, I'm like, Steven used to take care of this. Francisco used to take care of this. I used to be able to lean on Nor for this. And then I was just sitting there alone. And then I got a phone call from Brian. Now, quick story with Brian. Brian from Carbon Threat Agency, the agency down in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I haven't worked with him in months for a couple of reasons. So I actually haven't talked to him. So I haven't reached out. He hasn't reached out to me. I haven't been attending any of the calls because there's, like in my head, there's really no point. And life works in a funny way because he calls me and then I just like poured it out like onto him. And he basically helped me through like a small situation. And I feel like that's another reason why like when I find myself back in a better mood, I don't need to like not trauma dump. But it's just like once I get like an answer and it's like, okay, Justin, you're being silly. Not silly, but it's just like you felt your feelings. Now what's next? Here's just like life happens. He's the one that actually told me like in this moment right now, you gotta figure out like how to automate and really build structures. Like if you want to build a team again, you have to learn from your mistakes. So I got that from him. So if I reached out to you and I got the exact same information, now I'm just like looking. Would you have given me different information?
Oh. Keep going.
So
finish.
So once I got that information,
you want to rage quit right now.
I got that information
on life. Yeah, exactly. Not Justin.
But yeah, well, and it's crazy because right after that, I actually a couple of weeks ago, now it's probably a handful of weeks ago, on the general Slack channel, here's the thing. This is so ironic. For like a week, you were just on, if you don't know how, ask. Like that was like your message for like a straight week. And I was just like, why the hell am I not reaching out to Evan? 'Cause in my head, I just think.
And then you still didn't.
No, you didn't. I didn't. But it was nice.
Not to throw your friend under the bus, but guarantee if you're like in the midst of like a mental crisis there, my advice to you is not going to be automate your systems.
No.
Guaranteed.
That was more like learn from your, his thing was learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be like an actual, then that was the biggest thing. Like if you actually want to be a business owner, like learn what it takes to be one. Like if you want to know how to run a business. Okay, so
you saw my video. It says ask for help. You said that's a good idea, but I'm still not going to ask for help. Okay.
And then it just so happened everyone was reaching out to me, and I was able to like, not trauma dump, but it's just like get advice. You know what? I feel like I just need to hear from you. Like I genuinely just don't want to bother you, and I'll make you give me a call. Whatever I'm doing is dropped. Sometimes that gets me in trouble with Nina, but like
which Nina?
My Nina.
Oh, you're Nina. Okay, I have a Nina too.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, she's like, Justin, seriously, a whole hour, and then I'll end the conversation and be like, it's Evan. Like whenever I'm talking to Evan, like I just full attention is set on you, but I just feel not. It's just nervous. I definitely am just a little nervous to like call you out of the blue. I should Slack you, be like, hey, you free for a quick call?
Yeah, I mean, I don't answer my phone, so that probably, but still, like, send me a message and we'll hop on a call. Like, that's the best. I mean, making time for people on the team when they need help is the thing that I do. It's still like the whole. This is a great, hopefully, breakthrough moment because it's connected to the same issue of the why you feel less than because your team is not there anymore. It's the image. It's how you're seen. It's the perceive of Justin versus the actual of Justin.
Yeah.
Right. And so worrying that you have 3 people, now you have none. Like, oh my God, I feel like a loser because I don't have people. Worrying that I'm going to talk to Evan and I don't have a win to share and I'm going to be upset about losing my company. Even though he said, I'm going to have to kill Ricoso to build this up. And he said, reach out on Slack, and then he never did. Right. But it's fine not to beat up going backwards, but like going forwards, you started this thing saying, I'm struggling because I feel like I have to do it all alone. That is by choice. Like, you don't have to do it all alone.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I do, though, is when the advice that you gave me 3 months ago, I mean, what sucks is the last mastermind, the last challenge Evan told me to do is just like every day, just create a story. Every day. I'm like, oh man, like I started for a while and then it just never got posted anywhere because I was like, I just need to get the reps in. It's knowing that you are going to suck. Like, I don't think you understand how much research and how much I've been, like how much.
But it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing. Now it's like how you're seen.
Yeah.
You're too connected to how you're seen by whoever, by me, by the world, as opposed to just doing it. Because what would your advice be to all the people who you do episodes with?
Yeah.
I'm not going to film because I'm not ready. It's not perfect. Yada, yada, yada. What did you tell them?
Did you watch my, you commented on my most recent YouTube video.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty rough. But
no, don't get me, that wasn't even version 1. That was.
Yeah, no, I could tell. No. I forget what you did. You did a, I didn't even watch the whole video.
No, it's okay. I'm glad you did.
But you did a talking head video talking about, I forget what were you talking about?
That one was about, so I had talked to a public.
Real estate something.
Yeah, it was a mastermind. It was a mastermind for.
Yeah, you were invited as a guest speaker at something. Right, yeah. Okay, and you're sharing your experience, hit B-roll and all that.
And then
stuff.
I basically, at the tail end was the presentation.
But I watched a chunk of it. And I left a comment. I forget what did I say? It was something nice.
Let's go,
Justin is great.
Yeah.
I think it was better than Let's Go, Justin. Justin is a legend or something.
Yeah.
Just to show support. But again, like when people are coming and showing something, it's like what do you? I had a friend, a super successful friend, who just made this video about this crazy journey that she was on, and she filmed this video and is getting ready to put it on YouTube, and she says, what do you think? And so my question back was like, how much feedback are you looking for? Because sometimes you need a push and sometimes you need a hug, right? Like the YouTube video that you posted, I'm super pumped for. Like, it's great because you did it, because you're making something, right? That's the win. And so, especially with the place that you are at, like if you haven't posted anything in however long, and now you post like a long form solo video where you took care in the edit and the filming. It's not just like running and you have a phone and whatever. Like, it's not your usual stuff, but it was.
Yeah, because that's easier. Like
you took care to do it, and so there's no point in beating you up on all the things that could be better, because the win was that you did it. Now, if you were coming in, it's like, yeah, I posted, this is awesome, like I'm the best, okay, well now, you need the push. Like, that sucked, bro. There's so many things that you can fix in that video, right? So it just depends, right? When somebody's really down, you lift them up, and when somebody's really high on themselves, not that you pull them down, but you show them the next step, like what you've done is just okay. Yeah. Right? Our typical, that's a good start. No matter what people come in, we have a channel today we're looking at for movement makers, 30 million subscribers, and the team was like, oh, wow. It's like, it's a good start. Like, they're coming out, they need help. They're not happy with where they're at. So no matter what, we're not trying to knock anybody down, but everything is, if they're coming in with high energy, okay, that's a great start. Where we're going next. If they're coming with low energy, they can't be pushed. Like when you're in the midst of your sorrow because you closed down the company, and that is trauma. Like that's a traumatic experience. And that's fine. Like if you're sitting there for a couple of days and you're feeling bad about yourself, fair, legit. Like you have to mourn the person who you have just killed, right? Like you've lost something, and so you mourn it, and that's normal. I don't know how far away are we from that now?
Oh, this was like last month. No, well, beginning
last month,
of
like
August.
how many weeks?
This.
Oh, it's been a full month.
Yeah, like
Bro. Yeah,
it's been a full
come
month.
on. That's not cool.
It still hurts.
Maybe, but like it shouldn't. Like if you're excited for where you're going, what's hurting?
It's like I'm still attached to the past. Like
Yeah, but move on. Like that now.
Yeah,
How
move
long?
on.
Okay, like listen. If you're 3 days in and you're cool, get it. Like your next day, you can't work. You're crying. You're sick. You know, you have no energy. You drop the ball on some editing projects. Like got it. Like super cool. It's totally understandable. A month later, for what you're doing, that's not cool. You know, like
not
you're
tier worthy.
No, but not to your standards. Like that's not who you are. You're not the guy who sits there for a month or 2 months or even 2 weeks thinking about the past.
Oh, you reminded me.
What?
I haven't mentioned, like I haven't said, like when you said Francisco, I haven't thought about him all month, and you just brought it up, and I was like, oh damn.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that
that's all
happens.
it
It's
was.
like
It was just a trigger.
people are in a relationship, right? And you meet them and their girlfriend or wife. Like, oh, how's Julie? And it's like, oh, we broke up. Oh, I didn't know. Right? I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
You know, that happens a lot. Yeah, it's just for who you are. It's not a good enough reason to still be here a month later, like depressed about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm definitely not depressed about it. I just
Okay.
tear
But
up.
ask for help. Like everybody, ask for help. Ask for help. It's hard for a giver to ask for help.
Yes.
Because you're used to helping all the people. You're the guy that everybody else comes to for help, and you love helping. But in order to help, somebody needs to receive, right? And so givers usually suck at receiving, and you're not the kind of person who's always asking for a handout and always asking for help and always struggling and always being a complainer and always whining and all this stuff, right? You're not that guy. But when you have moments, especially when you really need it, you have people who can help. Whether it's me, whether like you're lucky that
Brian.
the guy called you out of the blue, but you can be proactive
Yeah.
about it, right?
You can call me.
You can call Alex, yeah.
Dude, I've been through all that so many times. Yeah.
But lots of people, masterminders, clients, like,
I feel like this is one of those moments where it's like you don't need to be taught, you need to be reminded, and it's like I constantly need to be reminded. Just like
true, and everybody. And like my biggest thing is I don't ask for enough help too. So like I'm not perfect. Givers struggle with asking for help. But the lesson becomes, hey, if something happens again, like don't wait a month for something to happen. Or like what if your friend didn't call you, then what?
yeah, probably would just sat in the mud for a little bit longer, but that's
Right?
I'm pretty good at my biggest thing is like I'm pretty good at like I say this to my friends all the time. You'll never know if anything's wrong. Like if I ever have something going on, like I just need to sit in the mud for a bit and then like pick myself back up. Whether it's listening to like
Yeah, but kind of. So what you're doing there is you're just squishing it down
yeah.
and gritting it out and moving through, and like eventually, hopefully the time just heals it. You can get out faster by talking to people who've been through it. Like that, it's not helping you gain the perspective. When you are emotional and dealing with something traumatic, you don't have perspective. Everything feels like it's crumbling. And so talking to somebody who's been through something similar or worse or bigger gives you perspective to actually heal instead of just squashing it down and forgetting.
A lot of things I've been telling, like during the most of all of last month, it was this is what this is the cost of greatness. Like that was kind of one of the things I kept repeating myself. Like shit's gonna get hard. Like it's just gonna get harder. So if you can't deal with this, like basically just be prepared for like more.
So the difference is, you're kind of right. This is honestly not even that big a deal.
Yeah.
Like that's more the thing. Like, bro, this is greatness,
Oh my god,
bro. This is the cost of greatness,
No.
dude. Right? But that's the thing. It's like it's hard for you to tell yourself that when you are in it.
Yes. Yeah.
But to have somebody who's done something similar or more be able to help give perspective, having somebody else help you who's been through it gives you perspective and actually helps you heal and go through it faster, instead of it being just smushing it down and hoping that like over time you just kind of forget.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing is, like, for relationships, it actually strengthens the relationship if you are coming with a real problem when you really need help. Like, that's the best. I'm so pissed that this other random guy called you and you didn't reach out. Because it would have, like, I like being a part of your journey, right? I forget who said it, but it's like, weddings are optional, but funerals are mandatory.
Yeah.
Right? Because wedding is a celebration, so it's cool. It's like, if you're there, it's cool. But the funeral is when people, like, when you actually need people around you. You know, when somebody passed, you need your friends, you need your support. Going through a wedding alone, cool, go elope. It's awesome, it's a celebration. Going through a funeral alone, losing your best friend, losing your dad by yourself, is like the worst.
Yeah.
Right? So even if somebody's there just to hug you, where normally you don't need that. Like, you don't need a hug. Justin Pasqua doesn't need a hug on a day-to-day basis, but like in those rare moments, you do, and it helps you heal. So anyway, the lesson is, like, ask for help.
Yeah.
You're not doing this alone. And that's just getting through the short-term, trauma part of it. But, well, what are you building, dude? We haven't talked at all about, like,
So now,
are you excited about anything? Where are we going, dude?
I don't think you understand the past couple of weeks as well. It's just like, life is a roller coaster. It's such a blessing to be recognized for the thing you actually want to be recognized for.
Which is?
And people are looking to me being like, hey, like, I saw the work that you did with, so there's a couple of documentaries that I did. I did this long, I'm not even going to bore you with the details. I have been pouring my energy into businesses and brands that genuinely have a story that I want to tell.
Okay.
And from that, and also my energy, like, if there's two things that people love from me, it's just the person that I am when I show up to the shoot, because you're like, Justin genuinely cares.
Yeah.
The conversations I had with, like, potential clients the other day, they were like, I know that you are the missing piece in my personal brand. I'm like, they're like, Justin, like, I don't know what it is. The way you're talking, the way you can see things outside of, like, me, I can tell that you're going to, like, build me up to where I need to be. Couple of examples. There's this insurance company called Zurich. I don't know if you've heard of them. I just shot a documentary for a program that helped underrepresented youth to come into the insurance company. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I don't know what it is. She saw my Instagram. She's like, oh, I need to reach out to him. And we've been filming for the past 3 months. It finally got played. And every person that watched that documentary, like, we played it at an event, tears, clapping, loved it. And the comments that I got was the way I put the story together, the questions that I asked, the way I was able to pull the strings. It was just, the feedback I got was, oh my God, like, I'm onto something. Mm-hmm. The worst part is I watched that video. I'm like, damn it, it could be better.
Yeah, for sure.
That was my first documentary.
Yep.
Well, a documentary style video like
I got it.
And it's like you said, it's like, at first, like, I know what great looks like. We can watch a documentary and be like, oh, that's great. I can't do that yet. But the only way to get there is to do more of the thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm being and this is also where it gets hard. We talked about this before, like, in video production, I used to say yes to everyone because I had to get the reps in. Mm-hmm. Now I have to be more intentional, because if I'm telling stories that I'm, like, not interested in, but it's just like, okay, well, I have to focus my time on people that, like, when I wake up, I'm like, I can't wait to wake up and work with you, because this is, like, growth is just a testament to what I can do and my abilities and my skills. So the two things that I want to do is I want to work with people to help tell their stories. But now people are reaching out to me on Instagram, and, like, some of my friends are like, Justin, like, how do I, like, tell my story? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm known for right now. It's just like the guy that tells stories, a storyteller. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. Like back in the day when I used to wake up, I'm like, oh, I'm excited to grow this production company. This is a different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
This is man, like I'm chasing a purpose now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where my life's at right now. I'm taking it day by day, trying to figure out what a great story is. Let me tell you, I was at a cottage earlier this week, and I was speaking with my friend Dan's father. He's a missionary, very religious, and him and I got really deep into conversation about like obviously religion, but we steered it into like, what's the purpose of life? Like, what is your story? Like, what are you trying to do? Before I get into what his story is, I went to Yorkville with a friend of mine, and I went around asking people, what is your story? Like, just man on the street style, like, what's your story? A bunch of like, get out of here. A bunch of like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But I got a few people to actually be interested in telling me what their story is. And they all started with the same thing. Oh, that's a loaded question. And I went into these videos with zero intention of having an answer, because I don't even know, like, I mean, I'm still trying to build it myself, but like when someone asks you, what's your story? What should I expect from people so I can help them understand what their story is? Because if I'm on a mission to help people recognize that their story matters, the first step is figuring out what is my story, right? I'd asked Dan, I'd asked his partner Nora, and they were both like, oh, like it's not a question I can answer right now. I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Dan's dad, he's just like an older gentleman. He found out his story now is he's a missionary, so he wants to go around and spread the word of God. Beautiful. He went more into depth about it. But he then hit me with a question, which I'm very interested in your answer to it. You might know the answer because it's a quote, but what are the 2 most important days of your life?
So the quote is the day you were born and the day you figure out why you're here, or some version
Mark
of that.
Twain. And it's funny that not a lot of people know that quote, because once I heard that quote, once his name is Mark, he asked me, I just went around asking everyone, what are the 2 most important days of your life? And not like people my age, not one of them had said, like, because they don't know the quote, they don't know, but they were just like, oh, the day I found out why I was born. That's never like a thing for them. And it's very similar to like, what's your story? Very, very similar. Because the moment you figure out like your why, your story, like that's when the story progresses. Think about Lord of the Rings, when Frodo had to destroy the ring. I don't know if you're, yeah. When you think of Rocky, his why is just you make the assumption of like what people's whys are. It's like his why is to be a champion. Like that's his story, to like train and persevere and like become the best or become a great boxer or whatever. And I want to ask you, when did your second day come?
I have to think through if I even believe that quote. So I don't, there's credence to it, but I wouldn't put it be like, this is like the one day that is everything changes. It's usually an evolution, but I haven't put enough thought to give a concrete answer to kind of be brainstorming through it. But I think there's a lot of clues looking backwards that don't make sense until you have the thought process to figure out what's the connective tissue looking backwards. That's why in my first book, Your One Word, I think everybody has one most important core value. Figure what that is, and it gives you a roadmap for life. So mine is believe. I want to spread belief. The greatest thing that I always need help with is my own self-belief, and the greatest gift I'm trying to give other people is belief as well. When I discovered it, it made everything backwards make more sense. Why I gravitated towards certain things. Why I loved my French teacher Madame Farr, why I love Seabiscuit, why I love certain things, right? It made sense looking backwards because I was already it. I just didn't have the awareness, so I was having these moments instead of being able to live it consistently.
Okay.
So if you're looking at storytelling, you've always been attracted to it. You know, if you go earlier in the film days, looking at Peter McKinnon, why do you like Peter McKinnon? The way he would focus in on a little coffee bean or like whatever, and that little thing, he was able to tell a story. If you look further back, there's probably even more connection, like why you liked a certain uncle over somebody else, why you were thinking about joining the police force, why, like all of these things that were highs are connected to storytelling in some way. The challenge was there's like these little peaks, and then you just do what everybody else was doing as well. It's like spread out, as opposed to intentionally saying, I want to now bring more storytelling in. Mm. So you already were doing it, just in a sporadic way. And you gradually navigated towards it. But if you have once you have the lens, cool, now everything can be seen through storytelling going forward, which allows you to live a much more intentional life, right? So is that the day that you figure out? Maybe. I think it definitely can speed up the intentionality and purpose of your life, but you were already doing it also, just again in a non-intentional way.
Yeah. But once you become more aware.
Yeah, then the challenge is still living it. Like, first off, it's remembering it, yeah, and then it's increasing the standards for that thing. So if we talk about storytelling, great example. The first thing I asked you when I walked in here was you had 3 hours of filming with Alex. I said, how did it go? He said, oh, Alex is great. He was a natural. He was crushing it. He did all these in one take. And they had 3 hours booked, and you spent 45 minutes actually filming. Justin, what's the one thing that's most missing? Like, I don't know. Alex was great, right? It's like, well, how was the storytelling?
There was none.
There was no storytelling. But that wasn't what the point of the video was, right? I think you said something like that as the answer.
Yeah,
but the point of the video wasn't. But story is a part of everything. How does he talk about? He's trying to get students into this school, and somebody's saying, "Do I need to bring a dance partner or not?" I don't know. Is one of the questions.
Yeah.
Do I need a partner for the class or not? Right? It's one of the questions.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. He can just say, "No, come on out. You don't need a partner. You know, you can. If you have a partner, you can come. If you don't have a partner, you can come. Everybody's welcome here. Hashtag belong. Woo. Right? Done. Okay. Oh my God. Great. Next video. Right?
Video, yeah.
There's no story in there. You can't tell me a story about a couple that came in together. You can't tell me a story about somebody who came in solo and was scared or nervous, but then found her confidence on the dance floor and now has lost 30 pounds. Like, that's not a story that's going to help. Right?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Like, storytelling is everywhere. And so, but like, you already know this. You know this, but we're not living it. And that's a challenge, not for you. It's a challenge for everybody, right? It's a challenge for everybody to actually live it. Alex's one word is belong, right? He doesn't feel like he belongs with himself, and he's trying to spread more belonging to the world. It's easy to have it. He has it tattooed on his wrist. He's got it on his shirt, and yet he forgets it 95% of the day, right? Like that's not an Alex problem. That's an everybody problem. So even finding it gives you the ability to be more intentional, but we fall back into autopilot all the time.
Yeah.
You show up here, you film with Alex, autopilot. Okay, Alex, go. That was great. Oh my God, Alex, you're such a natural. You didn't even, where's the storytelling? How come we didn't even ask? What are we doing for the extra 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? I don't know, chatting, yada, 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 cool. He's working, whatever, right? But it's the reminder to actually live it once you know it. And then it's also raising the standards of what a good storytelling is, right?
Yeah.
So you look at your insurance company thing, great. Like the hug is, that's awesome. And that's your first documentary. Yeah. Bro, that's crazy. And you got them to cry in your first documentary, and you made them so happy, and it's like this big insurance company. Like, that's so cool. It's a portfolio piece. It's validation that like you actually have some skills to do this. It's the culmination of the past 5 years now actually showing up in the form of like a paid piece of work that has an impact. People cried, they loved it, right? Like, that's a massive win. And so that's like the hug. The push is the achiever would be like, bro, like, that's a story. Come on. These guys just have low standards, right? For what could be done, right? They're like nowhere close. you in 5 years you're
Look
already gonna
back
look
at
back
this.
on this in 3 months and say that's terrible, right? And it's fine. Like you wear the hat that you need the most at the time, so it's a huge win, and you should celebrate that. And as you do more, like the thing with Alex is not a win; that's a push, right? It's like, bro, where was the storytelling?
Yeah.
And if Alex says no stories, that's not what these videos are about, you could say like, hey, are you sure? And he said, no, I need to, these are 1 minute specific.
Yeah.
That's all I need to do. Cool. Like you tried, right?
Yeah.
Did you at least ask?
Yeah.
Did you try? If the client shuts you down, cool. Client shut you, it doesn't mean that, like you're going to walk out of here because there's no storytelling, right? You're going to do the job, right? But the point is you didn't ask. And if you did ask, he would have gone along with it, and we burned 3 hours or whatever, right? Whatever. That's a moment in time we're not getting back. But going forward, it's the same thing, right? And so if you know that storytelling is so important to you, then storytelling needs to be a part of everything that you do and keeping it top of mind. That's why like the daily reps is important.
Yeah.
So that you are practicing what makes a good story every day, and that there's a story in everything. There's a story in this light. Like, how did this light come to be here,
There's a lot of story in that softbox, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Beaten up. Like,
Well-
I've had that since the very beginning.
But there's story, like, and there's a little hole at the front of this thing, right? So like there's a story. There's a story with this thing. It's not just a light. This microphone, there's a story. This wasn't your first microphone. You upgraded. Like there's so many stories you can tell about this microphone,
Yeah.
this softbox, why you're here, what's happened since the last minute. Like everything has a story, right? Every lesson needs a story. Every story needs a lesson. So we're just out here Alex is giving lessons and advice, but there's no story. And this is what I'll tell my team. Always push at least once.
Yeah.
Your job is to push people. Why does somebody hire a personal trainer? Like they can look up the routine on GPT. Like the personal trainer is to push them.
Yeah.
Your job, if you want to do your job well, again, if people are giving you applause and everything, cool. Like mentally for me, okay, they just have super low standards, whatever. They're used to like corporate video is stupid. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You did a great job though. It's like it's both. But did you ask? So I'm telling my team always ask, like push once. I'm afraid to get on camera and make my first video. I'll do it next week. Is there any way we could do it Wednesday? Like, could we do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
How about right now? Like, can you do something right now?
Yeah.
If they say no, cool. You can back off. You don't have to be a bulldog and piss them off. But like you're saying no for them.
Yeah.
You're letting them stay stuck. That's on you. Like you let Alex stay stuck today.
My bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that he
I really
realizes,
failed you there.
right?
Now I have to keep hearing that from my bed.
But that's how I would see it, like mentally, right? So like, did you ask? So everything is story. Every video you make should have storytelling components to it. And you are not in complete control yet. Like ultimately, when you become real, will the real Justin Pasqua please stand up? Like you will be that guy who will have complete control, and people will come to you for your vision and what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. But you're not there yet, and so you're working with clients, and you have to match your skill with their thing,
Their wants,
and it won't be a complete overlap. But did you at least ask? Did you push? Did you question? Did you try? And if they shut you down, nobody's going to be like, oh, you asked, you pushed a little bit once. and said, no, I hate you, you're fired. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Most of the time on these projects, they have no idea what they're doing, and they appreciate a little bit of insight or wisdom because they're more nervous being on camera. They have zero clue.
Yeah. That's a great reminder because I heard this quote, did you settle or did you move mountains? It's like there's a lot of things in life where you don't know what effort actually looks like because you don't know what you're willing to sacrifice to do the thing. Even now, it's just like, the question will always be like, why didn't I ask Alex? Like, hey, like, is there a story behind like this question? Or is there like within this answer, like, is there more that you can say? Is there a time that A, B, or C happened? I feel like one, obviously, I'm not even going to blame ignorance or blame like me being too new at this. It's just like, I have to do more. It's just, there's that like for
You
me,
just weren't thinking about it.
yeah.
That's it. You're a hard worker. You're not like, you don't need to be reminded to do more. That's not, other people might need to be reminded to do more. Like you're a hard worker. You will grind anything out. You will not complain. You'll show up with a positive attitude. I'm sure like the technical side was great. I'm sure you did your best to be happy, and even though you're sick, like I'm sure the experience with Alex was great, cool, camaraderie, jokes, yada yada yada. You just weren't thinking storytelling.
Yeah.
And if you did and you brought it up, Alex could have shut you down, in which case I'd have to talk to Alex afterwards, like WTF. But even if you blasted through all the 40 videos, okay, we got that done in 45 minutes. Alex, man, you're a
pro. What
you're
are you
a
doing next?
bro. That's crazy. What else do you want to do? Oh, I'm just going to work on my laptop. Like, I will just wait for Evan to show up. Well, you know the one, like the story or the video about like, do you need a dance partner? Is there like a story you could tell around that? Right? And then maybe he says, you know what, Justin, like that's cool. I need to get my emails because like these emails are so important right now. If I don't get back to these emails, oh my God, my business crashes. Way more important than me telling an amazing story on camera with the legendary Justin Pasqua. I need to get to these emails. That's the most important part of my life right now. Cool. If he says that, then cool, whatever. Cool. I'm going to go get lunch. Right?
Yeah.
But it's the awareness of it, which is the biggest problem. Like you just didn't think about it, and now you will, like hopefully, right? And you'll still forget sometimes. Cool. But it's the awareness of it, and then there's the standards and the push.
And this is a perfect segue into what I wanted to do with you.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of quotes from I scrolled back and I was just looking for all these quotes of Evan Carmichael.
My quotes?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Alex
is leaving. See ya.
Yeah. I want to pick your brain